Welcome to Stepping Stones. How are all of you? I hope you are well. I teach the Puranas. Can you say that back to me? Purana. In Sanatana Dharma, we use the language of Sanskrit, and this language is very deep. Almost all of the words have a etymology, which means it's a combination of thoughts that make up the word. Like the word vivek comes from the root vich, vishesha vich, which means the ability to separate what's not important from what's important. Now, Purana means Pura api nava. Pura means ancient. Api means also. Nava means applicable. It is ancient and still, and yet, and but applicable. I teach the Puranas, and this is not just useful for those who are older, but also those who are in middle school. One specific, and maybe the best Purana, is known as Srimad Bhagavatam. For so many of you who are researching Chinmaya Nagra's YouTube channel, you would have seen the playlist for Vedanta in Bhagavatam. The Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam, these are educational maps of self-development. Ramayana is a historical map of self-development. Today is Wise Wednesdays, and over these 2 weeks we're focusing on making minutes matter, and so I'm going to continue with sharing with all of you stories about Sri Krishna. This one doesn't come from the Bhagavatam, but rather the Mahabharata, which is a historical map of self-development. And so I'm providing you this context. That way you know I'm sort of separating this recording. That way this story can be spread much, much, much more to even more of your family members and friends. Welcome to Story Time. Story time about Sri Krishna. This story is about Sri Krishna and urgent care. Once, Devi Draupadi, she, though a powerful warrior princess, was being threatened with being hurt. There was people that were coming to grab her and to grab her stuff. And when she was grabbed and her stuff was being grabbed in front of everyone, there were the security officers, there were the ministers, there were the leaders, there was even family members. She fought back. She was shouting and she was punching, but there was too many. They were too powerful. And so she was really being hurt. physically, emotionally. And as all of this was happening, she was asking for help from those security officers, from those ministers, from those leaders, from her own family members. But they were all powerless. When she looked up at them for help, they could do nothing but look down. And when she came to finally feel that nobody can help her from being hurt, that is when she put her hands up in the form of surrender and she remembered Sri Krishna. She prayed to Sri Krishna. She asked Sri Krishna for help. Now Sri Krishna was in a different palace, in a different region of that nation. But he felt that prayer from Devi Draupadi, this powerful warrior princess. And though he was with his family, he was snacking and so engaged in something else, he stopped snacking. He ran from his family towards Devi Draupadi because she remembered him. She prayed to him. She asked for help. And he knew he was going to be too slow to get to her. So he stopped and closed his eyes. And from him, this power radiated that manifested right above Devi Draupadi. And that power was in the form of Sri Krishna. And what was coming out from him was cloth, was a sari that kept on covering her more and more and more. So as much as she was being harmed, she was being helped more. And eventually all of those security officers and ministers and leaders and family members knew that she can't be hurt. She is protected by the protector. And she was so overwhelmed by the love of Sri Krishna. And so from this historical incident, what we can do to be like this powerful warrior princess is to make prayer our first option. We tend to make prayer the last option, but we can make prayer the first option because only the one who doesn't need protection can offer protection. And so I'm reminding everyone that Sri Krishna is the one who is ever looking at us, and so ever looking after us, and so ever loving us. Feel this. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Did you all get moved by this story? I hope so. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be happiness.